All residential design is the same. It is nothing more than a place to eat, a place to sleep, and a place to shit. Too much of any of these things leads to greed. Anything beyond that becomes luxury. However, greed is the perfect companion to luxury. With greed on one axis and luxury on the other, we can find our client, and the one working for the client. There are three different types of designers. Designers that create plans, designers that create space, and designers that take up too much space. If everything is as clear as black and white, and everything in between is in clarity, mix that in with concrete and glass, and what you get is this project. However, if you have time on one axis and contemplation on the other, we find two different types of people. We can take this confusion and spoon-feed information to get the comprehension that we require. Therefore, if the confusion and spoon-feed equals the integral of contemplation over time, then the function of comprehension equals comprehension, where the limit approaches zero for the false intellect, equaling the enlightenment as limit approaches infinity. Atheists, designer type 3, and boys who like boys. People who are also in need of enlightenment, also all suitable candidates to live in a church. Although boys who like boys rarely sleep, rarely eat, and have an excessive amount of bathing, leaving excessive time for luxury. On one spectrum, we can say, for example, a millionaire. On another, a puppy, or the designer. I am a voyeur, a social observer, a detached viewer, a gentrified pervert. I am a part of your world, an active participant, but a detached observer. I am simultaneously a part of and apart from you and your brotherhood. I do not know you. I do not have a relationship with you. Yet I have established a more intimate and empathetic understanding of you than you can imagine, temporarily. I stroll aimlessly through your world, evaluating, observing, and surveying. Do not mistake this for boredom, for surprises, distractions, and sequence of events brings pleasure to my loins. Unencumbered by any obligation, urgency, or pressure, I may enjoy this prolonged pleasure. Yet you cannot. You do not last. Your world is growing in complexity, density, and sensory stimuli, yet your willingness, ability, desire to recognize these cues is declining. Your lazy eye made a lazy mind. Your lack of engagement is a downfall in your ability to cognitively read, evaluate, and understand your surroundings. You and I are nothing more than physical objects, but within a place we become a relationship. We as physical objects and places have a profound impact on our formed responses. Therefore, the environment is socially alive and physical objects, our built environment, the mind, and our behavior exist in codependency. You are from point A, you are going to point B. You are not at point A, you are not at point B. You are nowhere in between. At this moment, you are here. This is the moment that you forget about point B. Therefore, the moment after this moment, you will be at point B. But for this moment between point B and point A, you are also unencumbered by obligation, urgency, or pressure. This is the moment of pleasure. The evening routine rarely fails. The left leg first, then the right. Sometimes a quick stumble backwards, but always regaining balance just before the fall. Recently, the final tug has required two hands, one at the second belt loop on the left, and the other on the third loop on the right, in conjunction with an unfruitful hop and a quick inhale of the stomach. A rushed exhale follows with two quick brushes to the thigh, removing the unapparent dust, and one readjusting push of the penis while quickly bowing out the legs like there is something to air out. Then a firm but swift brush with both hands starting at the bottom of his lower back to the top of his upper thighs. The glass has recently become his muse. Parallel to the reflection, he puts his hands on his hips, then quickly turning 3/4 view to the left, then 5/8 view to the right. Head up, head down, head up. With his chin up, the body spins 168 degrees, keeping the head mechanically still, always maintaining contact with the muse. Eyes quickly gaze down, then up. Recently, he has treated his muse to a quick wink, sinful smile, then disappears from the frame while running 4 fingers through his hair. Hours will pass before he returns, but the routine is now disorganized. Left are the incoherent pulses of blinding flashes reflecting the streetlight off the gold cross on his neck, twisting, spinning, rocking, rotating. The muse now speaks not of reflections, but only of discrete shadows, usually 2, sometimes 3, and once 4. It has been 2 years since the door on the right has been opened. It retains a perfect sheen, the wood beneath never exposed to the bleaching sunlight. It maintains a deep, heavy glow, the grain flowing smoothly, blending delicately into the engraved details. Small pools of dust collect in the grooves of the panels, building up in strength and number, until one day they will be removed with a quick brush of a cloth. His brother on the far left is used 6,573 times. When he is opened, scratches in the sheen scramble the reflection of the street, making pedestrians a circus of color. When closed, the circus disappears and slowly pulsates with a fluorescent flicker. He no longer plays a smooth song. When opened, he exalts a crescendo from a B flat to a C, followed with a slight rest, then a fortissimo staccato E flat. The handle has recently been replaced. Before, it required a 46-degree turn to the right, 3-degree turn to the left, 12-degree turn to the right, and a heavy push, left hand pushing the scratch to sheen 4 inches above the keyhole.